Human Torch is one of the weirdest characters out there. In theory, his kit works, but in practice it feels so out of juxtapose. He's a flying character with close-range shotgun-like attacks. His pyro-prison can be interrupted by slopes and small debris, and his flaming meteor can be a bit janky at times. He needs some love, so here is what I propose. Number 1. Change his primary attack to a fireball that deals damage upon hitting, simple and easy. Let it do a small amount of splash damage, and if it misses, have it leave a small smouldering embers if it landed on the floor. There can only be a maximum of 6 smouldering embers at any one time, removing the first one created when surpassing the maximum 6, or if left for 8 seconds. This would allow Blazing Blast to be combined and work together with the primary fire. 2. Change Pyro Prison to Conflagrate. This would send out a damaging fire wave from each of the smouldering embers found on the battlefield, dealing a small amount of damage, roughly 40. This damage could be stacked if a person were to be hit by several Conflagrate blasts at once. This would afford Human Torch the opportunity to utilise good smouldering embers placements. However, using this ability would only affect embers within 30 meters and within line of sight. Number 3. Supernova would use the smouldering embers already on the battlefield, allowing for fire tornadoes to appear in these places instead, dealing heavy damage as it currently does, but allowing him to exceed the total number of embers by 3, bringing the total to 9 active at once, removing his ammo counter during the ultimate and recharging Johnny's ammo counter at the end. 4. Now that Blazing Blast is gone and it frees up his alternate fire, instead giving him an almost omnidirectional dodge with 2 charges called Afterburn. I say almost as it wouldn't allow Johnny to go forwards or backwards, using the YZ plane of movement with a default button click going downwards. The cooldown would be short, but it would stop the need for Human Torch players to constantly spam the melee attack after each use of a primary. 5. Allow Flaming Meteor to target the smouldering embers only. That way you could have pinpoint accuracy when using the skill. This would also refresh half of the charge of his plasma body and give him a 300% movement speed buff for 1.5 seconds upon landing. Now to go off script for just a minute, Human Torch and the other flyers within the game are not doing well. They can be used in strong comps and metas, especially at high rank play. Not all of them, but when looked at like competitions and stuff like that, Johnny used to be doing really well at one point, but it just sort of dropped off. There needs to be something done like this rework to really bring flyers back into the forefront. But I also don't want it to happen to all flyers at the same time, because in season 2, I believe, we had Ultron come in and there was a flying meta that seemed to take over, and it was horrible. It was not fun. It was not an enjoyable thing. So I believe that reworks do need to take place for many of the flying characters and really bring them into the fold, not so that they're completely meta, but so they still have a place within a normal game. And I believe that this rework and many of the reworks that I want to come out with to do with flying characters within the meta can have that time in the limelight. This is just one of my ideas, because Johnny's in a position where he feels like a close range character who is a flyer, which already doesn't feel correct, but he just sort of goes against the grain a little bit. His kit doesn't always function correctly. It has bugs within it, and he needs some love. So please leave a comment and a like and maybe a subscription, and we'll chat about this and see what we can come up with. Lovely to have you here. Thank you for your time.